Hi, Sean. Nice to meet you.
Who are you?
The name's Letterman. Dave Letterman.
You are a complete idiot.
Oh, thanks. Hey, folks, ready? Are you very excited about this? We're very excited. We're very delighted about the appearance of our first guest. This next gentleman requires no introduction. For the first time on our program, ladies and gentlemen, please say hello to one of my favorite actors, Sean Connery. Sean Connery. Oh, boy. Wow. Where can I get me one of them jetpacks?
I just came from Europe.
That was very thrilling. Did you enjoy that?
Well, my voice is about 2 tones higher, but apart from that.
A snug fit, eh?
Yeah.
You didn't get that jetpack at the electronics store around the corner, did you?
Yeah, Charlie gave it to me.
I can't get over what an impression that makes when you just drop down there in that cloud of smoke.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Well, I'm doing fine. I'm really here to sort of quell these rumors about my death.
Oh, really? Have there been rumors that you have passed away?
Yeah, something like that.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well, I was too until I heard that it's good luck in the Orient to consider that when they say you've been announced dead and you're still alive, it means longevity.
Oh, well, good. Congratulations, then.
No, what happened, basically, it's a bit of a farce, like most things. Dear friend of mine, James Hunt, the racing driver, he died.
World champion.
He lived near me in Marbella, and it was picked up as James Bond. And then it went on to the press, and then it was picked up in Japan the same day that the ex-governor of Texas,
John Connolly. Yeah.
But then, of course, John Connolly is like Sean Connery in Japanese. And this is absolute gospel. And then it went to France and Spain, and people were phoning up all over, and very few people ever know where I am, even me, And anyway, that was the sort of finale of that one.
And you say very few people ever really know where you are, and you say you're not sure. But really, where are you? Where does a guy like you hang around? You live in Spain most of the time?
Well, I was up there for 20 minutes. In fact, I live in the Bahamas, and sometimes in Spain, and sometimes in Monte Carlo, and sometimes in Los Angeles, and sometimes where I'm working, wherever that is.
You're a very, very lucky man.
How am I supposed to read that?
Well, no, I'm just saying.
This is the first time we've met.
Well, but it's... It's just that you seem to cut a grand figure of glamour, and it's nice that you can live that way as well.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm talking about either. Don't worry about it.
No, one of the other points I wanted to clarify, I was also had a serious throat disorder of cancer, which obviously is not true, and I wouldn't be able to speak, etc., which was something else that was picked up by the media, started in this town, and went round the world. Well, needless to say, I came here to be in living color with you.
Thank you.
So I'm obviously okay.
So you have... So you had some sort of minor throat problem, but it was certainly not as dire as was reported.
No.
Yeah.
No, not at all. at all.
This is something you've had before, some kind of... Because I know there was a time when you were communicating, they told you to rest your voice.
Yeah, that's right. I put a note saying, sorry, I cannot speak. I have a throat problem. And everybody would say, why? What's wrong? So I would write down, say, I cannot speak, just, you know. So they'd take the paper and they would write it down. And I would have to write, I can write, you know, and I'm not deaf. Or they spoke loud.
Yeah.
Very loud.
Well, all of this is good news. And you know, forgive me again, but you look terrific.
Thank you.
Yeah. You know what, in thinking about films of yours that I have seen and enjoyed, The Man Who Would Be King, what a great movie.
Yeah.
Fine.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, you talk about patience. John Huston waited, 39 years to make the movie. And we had a lot of fun, Michael Caine and myself. And we shot it in Morocco, which is incidentally where I met my wife, so lucky twice, very good. Yeah. But the thing about Morocco that's so different is that, for example, one day I was driving from Marrakesh miles to a location every day, sitting on this ribbon of a road, and it was directly into the sun. And I was going about, I don't know, an hour, sitting, just the driver and me. And suddenly, on the left side of the road there appeared a little black dot that got bigger and bigger. As I got closer, I realized it was an old man carrying a bundle of sticks, 2 meters high, just at a very strange pace with a teapot on his belt. I said, well, what's he doing? And the driver said, oh, well, from this area here, they get these special twigs and they use it for charcoal, for drawing. They've done it for hundreds of years. And I said, well, where would he come from? I mean, I can't see anything. He said, well, they maybe came from the mountains there. The mountains were miles away. I said, well, you mean he's what? Where's he going? I said, he's going to Marrakesh to sell it. I said, oh, really? So anyway, I go to the location, we shoot. I'm coming back at night and I'm a little tired, and on the same road, I suddenly see on the right-hand side this dot appearing again, and we get closer, and it's the old guy. So I said, pull in, and I ask him if he wants a lift. If he's, you know, we're going to Marrakesh, that's where he's going. I said, yeah. So he's okay, stop the car. So he goes back, and I'm watching in the mirror what he's doing, and he goes up and he starts talking, and the old guy says, so I get out of the car and I say, come on, what's the problem? You know, does he want a lift or doesn't he want a lift? I mean, we'll have him there in 20 minutes from here. And he said, well, his problem is he doesn't know what he's going to do with the time that he's going to save.
Screw up his schedule.
Yeah. And it's been 5 days getting there.
What would he do with all that leisure time?
Absolutely.
Speaking of leisure time, when you were shooting the movie, you and Michael Caine are and were friends.
Oh, yeah.
And was there any period of recreation for you? Could you do anything there, or was it just desolation?
Well, we were coming back from one village in the mountains, miles from anywhere, and we wanted to stop off and have a drink, and then there was some really good music, because they're great musicians in Morocco. And it's difficult to get a drink because most of the Muslims don't drink. But anyway, we found the one place where you could have something, and it was great music, but suddenly we looked around, there were no women. So I said to Michael, do you mind if I dance with your driver, because he's prettier than mine? It's absolutely true.
Too much time in the desert. I can't tell you what a thrill it is to have you here, and especially to have you here and see that you're in great shape and there's nothing wrong with you. And it's a real treat for us to have you drop by. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sean Connery, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Schaefer and Felicia Collins, CBS Orchestra. On the show tonight, Sean Connery, Academy Award-winning actress Sean Connery is here. Sean Connery, a great actor, a great man, and a movie star, and an Academy. We think he was mad at us.
Oh, you think he was mad?
Yeah, he hasn't been here for 7 years.
Really?
Can you believe that it's been 7 years since he's been here?
No, the time flies.
Yeah, that's right.
He flew in, right?
That's right. We lowered him in a thing, and we had the
A belt pack and a thing.
Yeah, and I think that had something to do
Really?
with why he hasn't been back in 7
Did we
years.
hurt him?
I don't know. I just don't know. But I know that there's a little something. So we'll
Oh, we've got to iron that out.
Well, I don't know if we'll iron it out.
Oh.
We don't iron much stuff out.
Oh, I
here.
noticed.
All right, you ready to go, Paul?
Let's go.
All right, let's see if we can find it.
All right, here we go.
Well, you get a lot of paperwork. When you get a big story, you get a lot of paperwork.
Got to do the paperwork, too, yeah. Got to fill out reports. Look at you, you're anal.
Well, thanks, Paul. Thank you.
I mean that only in the best sense.
Well, it's very special this time of year. Especially, yeah. Okay, our first guest is an Academy Award-winning actor and a genuine motion picture legend. His brand new film is called Finding Forrester. It opens on Friday. Here's Sean Connery. You're a powerful man. I didn't exactly know what you had in mind there, so I was just a little nervous because it wouldn't surprise me if you came out here and just sort of disabled me and then walked off.
No, I would never do that.
How you doing?
No, I'm okay. I had not realized it was so long since I had been here.
Mm-hmm. You sound like Sean Connery. When you talk, you sound exactly like... It's amazing.
Well, I've borrowed your hairpiece. Is that yours? Or
No,
mine?
that's yours. No, absolutely. Help yourself. Now, let's talk about the last time you were here. Am I right about this? Am I wrong about this? Did I do something that upset you? Did I offend you? Did I say something stupid? Did something happen? Was it...
It's rare that you're right on so many counts.
All right. And did it have anything to do with the entrance when you in the jetpack and that silliness? Was that it must have been uncomfortable, to say the least.
Well, we found that out a bit later, but have you still got the same producer?
Yeah, everybody's intact, more or less. Yeah.
Okay.
Here now is what we're talking about. Take a look, ladies and gentlemen. This is 7 years ago, Sean Connery. See, we thought it'd be... Look at that. Yeah. Very nice. You look better today than you looked then.
I see the expression on the face.
Yeah. But we left you hanging up there a little too long, I guess.
Yeah. What you never explained to these people was that it was continuous how we did it, and we had to cut it because I was speaking too high.
Yeah, well, that'll happen. You had kind of a landmark birthday this year, huh?
This year it's 70.
7 years old.
Yeah.
Man. Did you have like a big party, any bigger than normal? What did you do?
Well, I'm not sure. It's so long ago now. I don't remember much now. When you get to this stage, it's tough.
All right. Well, just go ahead and make something up then.
Well, what do you think I'm doing here?
Did you have a lot of friends over? Was there drinking? Was there carousing? Did you have cake? What did you do?
What did you put in here?
It's just water.
No, joking. I was only kidding. No. It was. I remember it distinctly, clearly coming here.
Uh-huh.
Wasn't I here?
Yeah.
And I had a wonderful time once we'd landed and touched terra firma, and it was a wonderful show. And I was watching your warm-up there. Is it warm-up you would call it, or your...
Well, that's what we strive for. Sometimes it's
tell you, it's freezing in
yes,
here.
yeah. Let's talk about being honored by the Queen, being actually knighted.
Yes.
Yes. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Means a lot to you, being knighted?
Yes. Be careful now, Dave. Dave, you've got to be careful.
I will. I'll be very careful.
Okay. No, it doesn't really change anything. It's, as I said at the time, an honour for Scotland. And one of the rather good elements about it is that there are no conditions attached. One can stay and do exactly as one did before. I mean, I will continue to, but whether I will continue to retain it, that will be something else, I suppose.
Well, they can't take it away from you.
That sounds like the cue for a song.
All right.
No, it was an honour.
And what is the ceremony like? Is it awe-inspiring? Is it
well, yes,
lovely?
Yes, it's very impressive, and it was in Edinburgh, which I hold very dear, and everybody who was there, I brought quite a few friends from America there too. You know, it's a very close continuation from Scotland and the United States, which not too many people are that familiar with. You know, which is that the declaration of Arbroath was due to a guy called Wilson from St. Andrews, was partly instrumental at the time of Washington of writing your wonderful Constitution, the Declaration. And it was taken from that. And Wilson never really appears that much in history. That's a digression. I mean, it's not normal, this show. I do apologize.
And is it true that there was a talk of you being knighted somewhat earlier, 5 or 6 years previously, and then for political reasons it was delayed a bit?
Yes.
And that was upsetting to the Scottish people, wasn't it?
Well, yes, it was really dreadful. It was. I never questioned. I obviously had made quite a few enemies en route, unconsciously. I suppose that's the best way to make them. And I never knew. My wife was always rather curious as to why one had not had any sort of recognition, as it were, in England, but I had plenty everywhere else, France and in Scotland. But and then they decided that it would be too much of a plus and a support for the Scottish National Party, which I'm a member of and have been for 40 years.
Thank
you. Thank you.
That party stands for and represents more freedom for Scotland itself?
Well, it's the only one that's in the UK, which is not a particularly accurate United Kingdom, but that is for independence. Right. The others don't want it. I don't know what they're frightened of, because we're not going to steal the land. It'll stay there.
Yeah. Make off with the place.
Yeah.
Well, thank goodness that was put right then.
Yes, I fixed it.
Yeah, good for you. We'll be right back here with Sean Connery, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, ladies and gentlemen. What is... How's Scotland celebrated? How's Christmas celebrated in Scotland?
Well, not as healthily as the New Year.
Really? Oh, what does that mean?
Well, the Hogmanay, which is the expression for that, is when we celebrate the end of the old year and the beginning of the new year. And the Christmas is really for children. You know.
Well, that's the way it should be, I think.
Well, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
You know.
So it's not the big whoop-de-doo that we've made it in this country.
Well, no, only for children.
Right.
You know, we have a fantastic celebration. We close the whole of Princes Street, which is a mile long in Edinburgh, and the castle is all lit up, and all the gardens down to the castle are lit up, and all the music, and there's over 1 million people come from all over and go up to see the New Year in and around the Tron, which is up the top of the north sort of side of Edinburgh, and down into the street. There's no cars. There's nothing allowed in there.
That sounds lovely.
Yes, it's a terrific celebration.
And then New Year's, is that do you go crazy at New Year's?
Well, no crazier than usual, but I mean, you know, we have a history of a certain violence.
You like spending time in New York City this time of year especially?
I like New York. Another song. but I do. I find it not easy to sleep here. That's one of the problems. I think
because of the noise?
Well, no, because I have a certain kind of curiosity, and I think there's always something going on somewhere else, and so it's quite difficult to sleep.
Yeah.
But the real problem for me in New York is your taxis. Yeah. The cabs, you call them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's okay if you're Toulouse-Lautrec or, you know, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs getting in and out, but for a normal-sized person, or like myself, it is a joke. The guy in the front driving has got enough room for a bed. Mm-hmm. Right? And you live here.
And in back, virtually no leg room.
No leg room at all. Well, you must have the same problem. What size are your shoes?
10.5.
Oh, my God, you're a kid. I'm 12. And I get inside, and I cannot move. Yeah. So if I get in this side, I've got to more or less stay this side because I can't get out the other side, right? And if it's raining, the guy isn't, you never saw him. You don't know who it is in front. It could be a gorilla smoking a pipe. Yeah. And you give the money into the little windows like confessions, and then you go out, and before you know where you are. And if it's raining, it's hopeless.
That's right. Now, have you ever said confession in the backseat of a cab?
I should have.
Yeah. I've had the last rites a couple of times in the backseat of a cab. Let's talk a little bit about your movie, which is about New York and the Bronx, and I guess some of it was actually shot here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Some of it was also shot in Toronto, is that true? Yeah. Tell people about the film.
Well, it's in some ways sort of old-fashioned because it's a story about recluse kind of J.D. Salinger, William Burroughs type writer who has a relationship which you think has no future, less than a gelding. And sure enough, they do have a relationship and they have all the ups and downs that go with it. And he happens to be a black kid who's a basketball player. And that's really the whole story, how they find Forrester, but they find each other. And Forrester finds Forrester.
Yeah, and let's take a look at a clip. You know what we're going to see here?
I believe it's when he's brought back some food, and I'm reading the National Enquirer or something. And
okay.
He's bringing some.
All right, here we go. Sean Connery, Finding Forrester. Yeah. The Pulitzer. A very nice film. And your fellow players in the film, very, very strong. It's a great cast.
Yeah.
And it's directed by Gus Van Sant.
Gus Van Sant, that's right, yeah. And this boy, Rob Brown, has never acted before.
No,
That's absolutely fact and true. And he's 16 years of age, goes to school in Brooklyn. And the writer, Mike Rich, this is his first screenplay, and we had him from the first day to the last. I took him with us on. We rehearsed up in Canada for 2 weeks. He was with us all the way through the movie.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's a very nice film. But what you're saying about the kid is hard to believe because he seems just natural as an actor. It's unbelievable. And never trained as an actor?
No, none at all, no.
And how does a kid like that get the gig? How does that happen?
Well, apparently he was looking to try and find some money if he won the contest to pay his cell phone bill. And seriously. And he has a scholarship, but it's for football, American football. And he's a really terrific young fellow.
Yeah, because I auditioned for that part.
I heard that, actually.
Oh, my. Then you got something. Now, listen, now, how are we doing now? You're not upset now, are you? You're okay? We didn't have you hanging from anything? We didn't injure you? We didn't knock the wind out of you? Everything's all right, more or less?
Well, more or less, I think it's been... I mean, you could hang meat in here, but apart from that...
Oh, we've hung meat in here. Don't kid yourself. We've hung plenty of meat. Now, will you come back?
Of course, I will always come back.
Don't wait 7 years to come back.
I might not be here in 7 years.
I might not be here in 7 years. I might not be here in 7 months. It's great to see you again. You look fantastic.
You do too, and I'm sorry about the hug. I got carried away.
That's all right. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Sean Connery, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. All right, now watch this. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the Late Show awkward hug of the night. Take a look at this. Oh, no, please don't. Oh, he's going to... He's crushing me. Okay, tonight is August 5th, 1987. This was the night Paul made a joke about my hair. All right. Okay. Our first guest tonight is one of the most well-known tough guys in England. He's acted in more than 60 films in the last 30 years, and he's the only guest we've ever had that can drink Lee Marvin under the table. Currently in a new motion picture entitled Castaway, folks, please welcome Oliver Reed. Oliver. Hi. Good to meet you, Oliver. Cute. Come on over here. Cute. That's cute. That was sure cute. We enjoyed that from the start. How you doing?
Well, I'm trying to look like Slim.
You're trying to look like Slim.
Yeah, I'm going to take that Rambo out of his...
Okay. Whatever you want. That's fine with me.
I understand it goes boom, boom. I understand I've just been outside in the green room. I've seen all these fellas, you know, wrapping them gooks on the head, man. I'm going to take that Rambo, go do something real mean to him.
It's,
Incidentally, somebody was sorry, you want to say something? I was trying to do up my shirt just now, and the button came off. I hope I'm not making myself too uncomfortable here.
It's fun to pretend, isn't it?
It's great fun. I always thought you was terribly serious. I heard this was an intellectual show.
Yeah, Let's talk a little bit about
Lots for words, Mickey.
No, but I have a recent history here of bailing out of this plane, so I don't know. You may be flying it by yourself in a couple of minutes.
I'm hip. Where's the camera? I'm hip with that.
So now, is it true when we mentioned in the introduction that you actually were able to drink Lee Marvin under the table? Any truth to that?
That's hearsay.
Hearsay. Did you and Lee Marvin ever drink together?
Yep.
Yeah.
In Durango.
In Durango? All right. And there was no contest about drinking?
No, Lee is a wonderful fellow. Probably one of the few actors in the world that I admire very much, along with, how much time you got?
We got all the time you want.
Rock Hudson, Rod Steiger, Lee Marvin, Rod Steiger, Lee Marvin.
Yeah. Now, so you and Lee Marvin, you went drinking and you had a contest to see who could drink the most?
Yeah, first of all, your researcher was told already that I don't want to talk about drink, understand? So let's cool that one, get on to a new subject. I love trees and boats.
So, it's true that you and Lee Marvin had a tree climbing contest?
That's right. And we got to the top of this great fir tree. It was in the redwoods, and had a couple of pipers over there. They went, can I tell you how the pipers went? They put it on their arm, they go, and And then Lee Marvin came up, climbed this big fir tree, and then I got into a boat on the top of the tree.
But now,
and
wait a minute.
Marvin sailed away.
But now, wait a minute. Do you still drink? And I'll get off this in just a second. I just want to... I mean, it's behind you. You don't drink anymore.
Oh,
so what we're trying to do is recall a colorful anecdote from your past.
Yeah, well, what you got to do, man, is to understand that what I'm taking is a high-quantity porcelain diet. I drink a lot of cups, coffee cups, eat a lot of plates, and then I leave all the hash browns and everything aside and just eat the plates. And so this is why I was trying to come on here, and I'm after you, Sly.
Is there anybody up there who would like to host the show tonight? Tell me about where you live now.
I live in Guernsey.
Where is Guernsey?
Guernsey is in the Channel Islands, which is a little set of islands in between France and England, near the north coast of Paste.
the north coast of
Paste.
Yeah. And what is life there like?
It's a klassisches Kind with draußen sind auch nicht in Hauden die Gilden.
So you stopped drinking because you were afraid you might be doing permanent damage to your nervous system, I guess. Is that?
I thought this was a Johnny Carson show. I was going to be intellectual. but strange enough, I live there because I wanted to become a fisherman.
You wanted to become a fisherman? Okay, we'll get to that here in just a second. You'd like to turn my lights out, wouldn't you?
No, sir.
Boom, and I'm gone. Okay, let's, did you see this? We got this. Did you see this earlier? Look at this.
Hey, brother.
Oh, brother.
Leave that alone, man.
Here we go. Okay, Paul, here we go. Let's just turn this on now. There we go. There it is. You get the light. Beautiful, isn't it? We'll be right back. Oliver Reed is here. Now tell us about life on this island. Are you there most of the time?
Well, on Manhattan?
No. In the English Channel, the Channel Islands.
Yes, I am most of the time.
Yeah.
There was a long time that I lived on another island in England, and then I decided that I was going to go and live in Guernsey and buy this boat and live amongst fishermen.
Do you actually go out and fish?
No, I wear the boots.
It's easier because...
Can I tell you the story?
Yeah, you don't need to get a license just to wear the boots, do you?
Well, you do really, because I wore the boots, and they got these big boots, and I went in there, and the fishermen, the Guernsey fishermen, they say, "What's this, boy? You trying to be a fisherman, eh?"
Excuse me.
There's a bugler.
We have chili in the commissary again today.
Hang on, I got some digests.
yeah, whatever. Oh, great. Thank you very much. Yeah.
You think that was rehearsed?
Have you been taking these?
Yeah.
Well, then I'll wait. I'll wait till a little later. Anyway, so you're a fisherman. You go out, you have the boots.
Yeah, I came into a fisherman's village once, and they said to me, "You wearing a fisherman, boy? Are you a fisherman?" So I thought I've got to wear a boat in order to wear the hats on my head.
So what kind of...
And wear the boots in my ears.
You have a boat, too?
No, I haven't. No, I'm lying about the winch.
I see. Well, now we're really
Yes,
making
I have a
progress.
boat, and it has a winch, and I'm a fisherman, and I live over there, and I'm very happy there, and it's wonderful, and I drank 106 pints, and I screwed Lee Marvin at drinking, and we've got that over, and that's your researcher, and jolly good. You're going to be bright now?
No, I would just...
I thought you were going to talk about movies this stretch.
Sure, you want to talk about movies?
Yeah, I want to talk about Castaway.
All right. Now you're pissed off, right? Now you're pissed off.
No, I'm off.
Okay. So tell me about Castaway. You know, the woman who wrote the book was actually here. The woman who lived that story was here. And at the time, I thought it would make a darn good movie. How did it turn out okay?
Yeah, well, that's up to everybody that goes to the movies to judge for themselves. A lot of people make a mistake of messing up Lucy Owen, who played...
She was the young lady.
Yeah, that's right. Who played Lucy Owen, and Amanda Donoghue played the part, and myself, Gerald Kingsland. A lot of people mix us up, especially women's livers. I can only talk for myself. I thought it was... she's got a great body.
Briefly, the story is a gentleman
No, he's no gentleman.
All right, a guy wants to retire to an island, I guess in the South Pacific, off the coast of Australia or New Zealand or something, roughly?
Yeah.
And he runs an ad for a female companion. Isn't that the story?
Yeah, thank you for filling me in.
I wasn't filling you in. I was trying to educate the...
It didn't hurt.
Yeah. Well, considering your condition, maybe it wouldn't hurt.
Tell me what my condition is.
Well, it's
about
just a
then.
joke.
No,
It's
come
just
on,
a,
what's
no,
my condition?
Well, no, I know. Just a joke.
Well, you assume... Oh, it's a joke, is it?
It's only a joke, and not much of a joke. I'll grant you that. It was... Believe me, I didn't even think it was... Paul, get over here. Paul... No, come on. No, Dave, you don't... Listen. We have soda and snacks in the green room, and you can have all of those you want.
I thought they were there.
No. All right, so now the movie comes out briefly, shortly, soon? Comes out?
Yes, it comes in New York. I've got to say all these things, and I'm sure that I'm right. I think that comes out in the beginning of September in New York, and the rest of America end of September. Can I thank you for being so erudite?
Well, sure. Thank you very much. I appreciate your patience here. We'll pause here for station identification, and we'll be right back. I'm here with my good friend Oliver Reed, and he has a message for you about tonight's show.
Yeah, well, it's a bloody repeat. Go to bed.
Thank you very much, Oliver. Thank you. Hi, welcome back to the show. Boy, it got warm in here. You know, when something like that happens, I don't feel so badly for me, but tonight especially, it's the boy's first day, and I hate to see something like that happen on a show that he's producing like that. That's too bad.
Well, if you had any control over the show,
Coming up later, or soon, or just any minute now, Dominique Lafort with the Performing Trained Cats, and also Randy Travis.
yes,
Going to sing with the band, and I guess a couple of his own players.
brought some pickers from Nashville.
Okay.
with him.
And tomorrow on the program, Richard Lewis will be here, and a woman who windsurfed across the Atlantic. Is this the lady? Huh? From Miami. Huh? A man. A man who windsurfed from Miami. Across the Atlantic. Did he know the woman who did it? Stephanie Pyron will be here. Stefan. Things are going pretty smoothly, don't you think, Paul? Under the new regime? All right, anyway, that'll...
New regime.
Richard Lewis and Patty Smythe.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. That'll be
Playing
good.
with us
Good show tomorrow. And now we have little actual items that we found in an actual supermarket. Paul, music for this?
Yes.
That's enough. Okay, Paul. That's enough. Thank you. We don't have nearly that kind of... Okay, that's enough.
This person, he eats for one.
Right.
But if you give him acting lessons and 8x10 glossies and good representation, well, you know, you're
Yeah,
leaning in
they're-
like this is a
yeah.
true story, and I'm feeling embarrassed. But I've got to get back to that apartment.
Oh, yeah. Now, first, before you
evidence.
run off here, tell us about the show, Access America.
Access America on Hot TV.
I think this is, when I heard about this, I said, this sounds like a great idea for a show.
It is a good idea because we got clips from all the Access shows around the country, and there are hundreds of.
Now, what does
very
it mean
funny-
exactly, Access?
That's where you just go into a studio, pay $35 or $40, and do your own show.
This is involved with the cable systems around the
Cable
country. Yeah.
access. Every city has them, and I think the days of actors struggling and going off to summer stock with Dick Powell and June Allison and taking fencing lessons and
Yeah.
dancing like you probably did. Remember
And-
those hours
and
in the
still
fencing?
do. Sure,
Yeah,
of course, yeah.
Touche.
Yeah, thank you.
But it's just now, let's go and do our own
We have
show.
just buy our own little TV
Yeah,
time.
we had some interesting hosts. There's one, Sister Paula. Do we have a second?
Yeah.
Very interesting. Two things about Sister Paula. She's a host in Portland. one interesting thing, she has her own ministry. And secondly, she happens to be a man.
Well,
and a very
there you go.
and that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah,
but it's a very interesting host.
And you have a representation from all of these shows all over the country.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
And
that'll be
next
good.
season, I think we're going to go to Europe and all. And
Great. And that begins when? Is it on now?
It's Friday night.
Friday night. Good.
Monster ratings.
Merry Christmas. Good to
Thank
see
you.
you.
Thank you for having
Fred
me.
Willard, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. Okay, Fred Willard, Roddy Frame, Isabella Rossellini, please, please try to get some sleep. Good night, everybody. Anyway, what do you think, Paul? The wallflowers. Cool, huh? Yeah. Sounded great.
All right, weren't they great, the Wallflowers?
Yeah.
Rami here,
Hi,
leaving
nice
the
to see you.
stage.
Yeah,
Pleasure,
okay.
thank you. Congratulations.
I'm despondent about this Ellen Barkin
I
development.
don't blame you.
She's hanging around the show for 2 weeks, and I don't know it.
Don't know it. Yeah.
I can't talk now. I got to rehearse stupid pet tricks.
Yeah. That was you.
And then 5 years later, I find out, bing, I could have been on Neptune.
Man.
Our next guest is an actor and comedian who can be seen on both the Jackie Thomas Show and also the Nick at Night reruns of the popular Fernwood Tonight. I'm telling you, you get a chance to watch that Fernwood Tonight, it's still just as funny as it was like 15 years ago when they originally aired. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Fred Willard. Nice to see you.
Thanks for having me on. You know, this is my 100th appearance on the show, and I'm Ellen Barkin brought a cake, and she was going to jump out of it, but they said no. Yeah. But it's
Welcome back to New York.
Well, thank you. It's been 15 months since I was on your show. I might as well keep a hotel room here. And it's the thing, you've put me up in a wonderful hotel. The motto is
good.
no visitors after 10 p.m. But when you're not used to living in New York, I haven't lived here for about 10 years.
Yeah.
You don't know how to handle the New York scene. You live in a suburb in
a little
LA.
different,
Yeah.
sure.
I was passing 6th Avenue, walking to the show, and there's that hotel where the prostitutes hang out. I can't mention the name, but if the people are interested, they can call the switchboard and find out the exact address. But they say things to me.
People are interested.
Well, some of the viewers, don't tell me none of your viewers would be interested in...
I think let them get their own hookers. I don't know.
Well, your show's not going to get them hookers. Just tell them where they are. No, it's a do-it-yourself thing. But they say to you, hey, would you like to have a good time?
Oh, the
And I
girls
never
said
know
that
how
to
to
you,
answer that. You feel silly. You say, no. But one followed me to 6th Avenue. Come on, honey, don't you want to have a good time? So I finally, without thinking, said, I am not here to have a good time. I'm here to be on the David Letterman show. And then they say, hey, that sounds, I'd like to get on. It'd be good publicity. Anyway, to make a long story short, their business manager is going to call you.
Oh, good.
And I'm from Cleveland. I've been traveling a lot.
You are from Cleveland,
Cleveland, Ohio, yeah. Well, I was just back this summer to visit. I have a cousin who is a doctor. He got in a bit of a problem. He was becoming romantically and sexually involved with his patients.
You shouldn't know.
No, almost lost his license, and it worked out okay. And it's a shame because he's one of the finest veterinarians in the Ohio area. And, but people... But the point is...
Where can people call if they want to talk about that?
People, say, you fly a lot. You probably get this. You take your life into your own hands when you fly. But we have to fly. You have to look at death philosophically. Death to me is like a Bob Hope special. You know it's coming. There's nothing you can do to avoid it. 3 jokes. And I'm getting them out fast because we don't have much time. So that's it. No more jokes. Let's get down to business.
All right. Tell me about the Jackie Thomas Show. I didn't realize you were on that program.
I'm kind of a semi-regular, you might say. I'm on with Martin Mull, my own friend.
He's great. You guys are terrific. What the hell is that?
What?
Did you hear something?
I'm sorry. Hello? Yeah. No, I know I'm on the show. I'm doing it now. I'll get back to you. You're on Letterman tonight.
What was that?
A friend, I asked him to put a hold on my calls. Anyway, but this is pilot season because you want your own... You want your own series. But, you know, the pilots this year are very interesting. You don't worry about this.
No,
You're going
I have a job. I'm lucky to have work, sure.
When you go to CBS, do you lose a year's eligibility to play varsity sports? So you have to redshirt for a year now.
For a year, that's right. I won't graduate with my class.
But the pilots this year, and they send them around to me, you know, they're influenced by whatever wins the Oscar, big movies, like Westerns are in. And Al Pacino from Son of a Woman, he was blind.
Yeah.
And I was sent a very interesting script, a blind sportscaster,
Oh,
where they
that's
bring him
good.
into the booth, and they have a sidekick.
Right.
Is it a nice day? Oh, yeah. It's a beautiful day out here. And the crack of the bat, where's the ball hit? To the outfield. Is it caught? Come on, quick. Is it caught? It's a catch. Yes, a beautiful catch. And they were talking about having like Sybil Shepherd as a
she'd be good.
Great. Well, get kind of that moonlighting conflict.
Yeah.
And where you'd go to a different town, and sorry, sir, there's only one room left in the hotel. You'll have to share. But then they decided, no, we don't want a Sybil Shepherd. They're going to go with a Danny DeVito type, so I lost interest. Oh, that'll be the fun. Two guys in one bed struggling over a blanket.
No, that's not fun, no.
And then anti-violence. Now, they send me a wonderful script. I would be Captain Reasonable.
Captain Reasonable.
Yeah. It's set in L.A. I go into the inner city when there's a problem. Say,
Reason prevails.
can't we work this out? One world, one people.
Like that.
And the villains would say, hey, he ain't talking trash.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if that's... And then there is you know, since the Crying Game, I should mention, but transvestitism, transsexualism, I was talking to two actors at the hotel. Did I mention radio in every room? It's one of them. These guys, they were men. Now follow this. They had a sex change operation. They became women. I knew one of the guys from years ago. They couldn't buy a job. They are now women, and they've got signed for a series, like transsexual cops or something. So I was talking to them in the lobby, and they were very happy. And then I said, tell me, do you guys have large parts or small parts?
Talking about the show.
And they looked at each other and started to cry.
Oh, no.
And their agent said, don't worry about it. It's buyer's remorse. They'll get over it.
Well, we'll give you a chance here to return some of your calls.
I gotta catch my breath.
We'll be right back. Okay, folks, we're all out of time. Fred.
I'm going to promote you. It's my agent.
Oh, that's good.
He says hello, too.
All right. My thanks to Fred Willard, the Wallflowers, and Ellen Barkin, ladies and gentlemen.
It's scale.
We'll see you tomorrow night.
There's no permission.
Thank you so much. Our next guest is a very funny man, very talented man, and he's starring in a new play entitled Elvis and Juliet. It runs through July 2nd at the Abingdon Theater Company. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Fred Willard. Fred.
Thank you. No wonder Elvis was such a star with music like that behind him. Boy, it's great to be here. It's just wonderful. And the weather is wonderful here. It's been cool enough so that the subway flashers can wear a nice raincoat and not attract attention, yet warm enough that they can occasionally run naked through Central Park. It's okay to be silly on this show.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I just feel like being silly.
Now, you actually, I think, appeared on the original The Ed Sullivan Show, originally done in this theater.
Yeah, that was amazing.
What was the act?
Vic Greco and Fred Willard, we did sketches, and I love stories about Ed Sullivan.
Yeah.
I only do one or two impressions. They always end up as Ed Sullivan, which delineate into Richard Nixon. But he was the master of inappropriate introductions.
Right.
You know, I actually saw him once say, in our audience, former heavyweight champion Jack Dempsey. And Jack Dempsey stood up and also in our audience, the commander of the U.S. Navy in the Middle East, Jack Dempsey. And you looked out and Jack Dempsey kind of got up like this. I'm sorry, Admiral Nimitz. But we were on once with the Look All-American football team. And they were introducing the football quarterback from Ohio State, Sean Connery. Left end from Syracuse, here's Marco Quinn. Just then the producer came up to us. Now, we did sketches. And he said, fellas, could you cut 1 minute out of your act? So what do you do? So we said, well, we'll just talk faster. And here, the fullback from Notre Dame, Biff Nowitzki. And now here's Vic Greco and Fred Willard. And we walked out, and for 2 or 3 minutes, people thought, what school are they from? Luckily, we recovered, and ended up. But he was...
Did Ed come to rehearsal to see you guys perform in rehearsal?
No, I don't think so. Yeah. We were on in the later years, and I don't know if he had a problem or what. We had an introduction.
We've all had problems in the later years.
But we can still be silly.
Yes,
That's the one. We'll just let our hair down. We had an introduction, and the producer took us over to, he said, show your introduction to Mr. Sullivan. So our introduction was, I would say, hi, I'm Vic Greco, and this is my partner, Fred Willard. And then he would whisper in my ear, and I'd say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm Fred Willard, and this is Vic Greco. Yeah. So we showed it to Ed Sullivan, and he was looking, his eyes were kind of glassy. And I said, oh, I'm sorry, I'm Fred Willard, and this is Vic Greco. And he says, oh, that's okay, go, continue. He thought we,
Oh, well.
So, and once Stiller and Mira were on, this is Jerry Stiller and Ann Mira, they showed him a sketch. I guess he was great for standing off to the side. Let me see what you're going to do. And they did a sketch about an astronaut, the cleaning lady of the capsule. And when they got done with the sketch, he said, that's the most disgusting scene I've ever seen, and walked away. And Jerry Stiller said, but does he want us to do it or not? And I don't know whether they did it.
Yeah, that's great. And that show, of course, everybody, I guess, still knows that for 20 years it was a mainstay in American life every Sunday.
At the time, it was Ed Sullivan and Johnny Carson.
Right,
that's
right.
Where you broke
exactly
through.
Right.
Today, there's everything. You know, MTV, there's a Comedy Channel.
And you have, of course, why wouldn't you be in some very, very funny movies that your friends, Christopher Guest
God
and
bless
Eugene
Christopher
Levy
Guest,
and,
I say it.
on
Yes.
and on. Yeah,
Yes.
it's like Best in Show.
Yes.
Mighty Wind.
Yes.
And I understand you're working on a similar project now, same group with Ricky Gervais? Or?
Yes, he's kind of expanded Ricky Gervais.
Isn't he tremendous, Ricky?
Oh, he's wonderful. Yeah. And I met him at the Emmy Awards. And the wonderful thing about being in Christopher Guest movies, they don't make $100 million. But the people that you like to see, like you, of course, you see. But Ricky Gervais came over to me and said, hi, Fred, I'm Ricky Gervais. I'm going to be in this movie with you. I said, Ricky, congratulations. You were nominated. I didn't win. I said, but the important thing is you're nominated, and we're here at the party. He says, no, I really wanted to win. So I felt bad. He flew in from London. Same with James Lipton, in the actor's studio. I ran into him 3 times. I was nominated 3 years in a row, and every time my wife told me, I laughed. Because I didn't think I really deserved. But it makes up for it's like hitting a pop fly that drops in. Yeah. Makes up for those line drives that they snag. So I was there at the party waving, and you didn't know whether to prepare a speech. Mm-hmm. You were sitting there, my gosh, what if you actually win? Yeah. What do I say? But luckily I never won, so I never had to get in.
And can you tell us, give us an idea of the film that you and Christopher Guest and everybody and Ricky Gervais are working on?
The newest one is called For Your Consideration. Mm-hmm. There's a movie being made. In the movie, 3 of the actors hear rumors they might be up for Academy Awards, and that changes everyone's metabolism, you see. And I play the host of one of these entertainment magazine shows. And Christopher said to me, he says, he gave me one to watch. He said, you won't last 10 minutes watching it. But because what fascinates me, the hosts, these are not young guys. They're in the 20s, 30s, 40s. They throw themselves entirely into it. Yeah. Brad and Angelina will be on top of that story. And what's the latest with Britney Spears? So what they did, I had an idea for this host. I saw David Bowie wearing his hair very beautiful red back in the 70s on the Dick Cavett show. I wanted to have a wig like that. He said, no, what we're going to do, we're going to cut your hair in a faux hawk. Now, that's one step short of a mohawk. Oh. They cut my hair so short and stuck it up in the middle, dyed it blonde. I went home, my wife says, we can't go out for 6 months. It looked great on the film, but it's and I play the fool again.
But it seems like a tremendous topic for you and your friends to be working with.
Oh, it is. It's wonderful to work with them. And, you know, in improvising, they teach you, they say, don't go for jokes. Just listen to your partner, which I try to do, but occasionally, like Jane Lynch plays my partner, the co-host, and she says, you know, we have a story coming up on blind prostitutes coming up next. And I said, you know what they say about blind prostitutes? You really have to hand it to them. And,
Oh, my goodness.
Now, Paul, I just looked at Paul and he was going like that.
Well,
is that the
come
rudest
on.
thing you've ever...
Fred, for
a
God's
mature
sake.
musician.
Gee.
I'm sorry. You can edit that out. I'm sorry.
Now, Fred...
Your wife is here.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't know we were taping now. I thought this was a rehearsal.
Ed Sullivan
And
is
I just-
backstage. Be careful.
Oh, yes.
Now, Elvis and Juliet, is this what it sounds like? Romeo and Juliet, Elvis and Juliet?
Kind of a combination.
What do you have
it's
here?
my cup of tea because I play an Elvis Presley impersonator, and I want my son to join me in the act as the younger Elvis, but he's just gone to Yale, graduated, he wants to get married, and go to work in Washington for the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So my wife was a former exotic dancer. We have to fly back to New Haven and meet the bride's parents, who are Yale professors. Thus, what happens there. They do jokes in Latin, and we do double negatives. I ain't never seen nothing, a triple negative there. But I see what you're about to show up. I get to wear an authentic Elvis jumpsuit. This was made by...
You look great, Fred.
You know, there's thousands of Elvis impersonators, and there's a whole hierarchy. In fact, the newer, younger Elvis impersonators also actually do impressions of the older impersonators. I'm being silly again. Did I mention running naked through Central Park?
Did.
Well, you know, are you about to cut away?
I just want to mention that if folks, I don't know if there are tickets, but the show continues now through July 2nd, so they don't have much more time to go see
about
it.
one more week. And it's a limited run. The Abingdon Theater, they do original shows by American playwrights. And if you and Paul ever wanted to put a little skit show together and come down, they'd open their arms and welcome.
No,
you don't.
I don't think so. But now, speaking of playwrights, am I correct that your wife actually wrote this?
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
And I wasn't her first choice for the part.
There you go.
Someone dropped out at the last minute. She said, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
And her friend said, well, what about Fred? She's, Fred who?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you got to hand it to her.
Yeah, but...
What is going on here?
I don't know. Musicians.
Elvis and Juliet at the Abingdon Theater Company through July 2nd. Great to see you again,
Thank
Fred.
you so much,
Thank you
Dennis.
so
A
much.
pleasure
A real pleasure to have you. Fred Willard, we'll be right back with Martha Wainwright. Thank you very much, Paul. Our next guest is a funny and talented man starring in a new comedy series entitled Back to You. It premieres September 19th at 8 p.m. Here's Fred Willard. Oh, Fred, come on out. Good to see you again, Fred. Thank you very much.
I knew Mark Twain was a humorist. I didn't realize he was that acerbic a wit.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Amazing.
Read some of the early stuff. You'll be amazed. You know, I was thinking about you today, and I remember watching you for years and years and always thought, this guy is very funny, and everything he's in is very funny.
Very kind.
And you've been in many, many wonderful projects.
Yes.
Of course, this is Spinal Tap.
Yes,
you were in that,
yes,
along with our friend Paul Schaefer.
Yes, well,
And I think my earliest recollection of you being on television, and maybe you were even here in this theater, was it the Ace Trucking Company?
Yes, actually, our first visit, had a partner before that. Team was called Greco and Willard. And, you know, Ed Sullivan had kind of a way of introducing, there were not many transitions when he would introduce people.
Right.
And we were on, I think the first time they had the All-American football team.
Oh, sure, the Kodak All-American.
Yes, and left in Whiskey of Notre Dame, from quarterback Hughes from Ohio State, from fullback Jankowski from Eastern Carolina, and here's Greco and Willard. And the audience was kind of puzzled because we came out, they thought, are these two football players? And our sketch was about, I was supposed to be a professional baseball player who had established a record for most games in which I had not appeared. So we got into kind of a tussle about me and the MC. And so people thought, well, this is two football players having a fight, maybe an inter-league rivalry. And so there was silence for several minutes. And then finally the audience caught on, and they were laughing. And at the end, we got a nice hand. And Ed Sullivan, in his inimitable way, big applause. He comes out, all right, hold it down, hold it down, hold it down. And everyone quiet down and says, now let's hear it again.
For heaven's sakes, we're not here to have fun.
No, wonderful. He was a wonderful character.
Now,
wonderful character.
I heard about this gig you had this summer, and apparently you've done it 2 years in a row. It's some big, huge stadium show in Utah.
It's called the Stadium of Fire. It's
Never heard
Provo.
of it.
Really, it's a very patriotic thing. It's a Brigham Young University stadium, beautiful stadium. There's the mountains in the background. You know, it's God Bless America, the choir. They have a jet flyover. Right. Brooks and Dunn were playing there. One of the young performers from High School Musical, which always confuses me. I didn't know it was a Broadway musical or a movie. Yeah. It's a TV show.
That's right, a big
immensely
hit.
Popular with the kids. His name was Corbin Blue, and unfortunately I kept calling him Cordon Bleu.
I don't think that's...
And his manager would come up and say, Fred is calling him Corbin. But he's a wonderfully talented kid. And I was with a microphone. I'd have to be out there to introduce. And there's that feedback. And if you ever saw, you know, Lou Gehrig when he was giving his speech today, every once in a while he'd go like that. It was from the feedback of the proudest man. Oh, can we turn it down? But the point is, you didn't notice that Lou Gehrig going like that.
I didn't realize that Lou Gehrig had asked them to turn the PA down.
Please.
I'll have to go look at that archival
I've
footage.
got enough problems here, please. Then you hear, please. Problems.
Well, it's interesting.
And at the end, he just walked off like that. That they cut out.
No. Yeah, that's wise, sure.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, the high point was, and it was scary, there was a guy who put jetpacks on himself. And he was one of only 7 men who have ever done it. You see the old 1950s science fiction film. He lifted himself up and flew all the way around the stadium and landed. And just before they did that, they said, we don't know whether he's going to be able to do that because of the weather conditions. Then I said, well, gee, that's going to leave a big hole in the show.
Sure.
And then I thought, if he gets up there and goes around and doesn't hit where he's supposed to, that's going to leave even a bigger hole.
Right.
And I was going to have a line like, well, at least you have a good seat position for the opener of the BYU football season. And
you had that ready to go.
Yeah. Just,
well, you
have to be ready.
You got to be on your...
I mean, if God forbid, and I said something lame like, while you're up there, could you see I-15? Is the traffic very heavy? But, you know, if he crashes, you know, what do you say? All right, everyone stand back. He'll be all right. Give him air. Yeah. That was his problem. He had too much air. He was 150
That's
feet
right.
in the air.
Yeah, well, but he landed and everything was fine.
Everything was fine, yeah. You know, it was so patriotic that if you'd been there, you would have gone up and enlisted. In the armed forces. It really was. I'm not kidding.
Give you a good feeling.
Yes, it is. Yeah. You'd be like Jimmy Cagney. What do you mean I'm too old for this man's service? Well, I'll dance up that wall. No, but it really is. That's that Midwest boy. It's red, white, and blue. And
I think the last time you were here, you mentioned something about it. Was it a blind prostitute?
Oh, yeah.
Do I have that right?
Blind prostitutes. Right. You really have to hand it to them.
That's
yes,
right.
that's
now, listen.
That's what I thought.
Now, Fred...
Yeah.
When you come to New York City, what do you like to do?
And then when they say, "Is that it?" Then you're really in bad shape.
that's
Now,
right,
anyway,
yeah.
I interrupted you.
No,
because
that's
we
fine.
can cut all this
Sure,
out. Let me ask you a philosophical question.
Yeah.
If a joke does not get a laugh, is it still funny? That's something to mull over.
That's
I think
right,
it can be. But anyway, were you
told
about to
this-
ask me something?
Somebody told me this was a roast. What I was going to ask you was, when you come to New York City, what do you do
theater.
for
I love
theater?
the theater.
Yeah.
One thing, I bring my wife because she's very supportive. You know, because usually I get several responses when I do this. After I do this show, some friends will call and say, "Boy, you only got a couple of minutes on that show. You really cut you short, huh?" And others will say, "What night were you on?" I did. But my wife is there. Her job
Right.
is to say when I come off, say, "You were terrific. You were terrific." Even if I wasn't, you know, you were terrific. Now later at night, she'll say, "Fred, you were wonderful, but let me tell you something. Next time you go on a show, when you come out, I know this joke is not." Oh, I didn't even do that joke, did I? No.
Give it a try.
Well, the joke. No, it's not a joke. I was told that I'm playing a sports announcer on
Right,
this
on the
new
new show,
series.
sure.
So they told me to make sure not to sit like this when I come out and talk.
Why is that?
Oh, maybe it's normal. I don't know. Maybe it's more like this. Is that okay?
That's it. But
So, what are the Mets going to do this year? That's the whole point. And she'll say that is not. I know you think it's funny, but it's really not.
yeah, not funny. Now, your wife is from the Boston area?
Boston area,
Boston
yeah,
area?
Big Red. That's partly why I'm such a big fan. I'm so proud of her. She had sex with so many Red Sox during their big pennant-winning years. And it's wonderful. I still talk to what Carl Yastrzemski. What was he like? And I just wish if she'd been around when Ted Williams was playing. You know,
the stories.
But she says you'll have to ask my mom about that. Oh, God. Oh, but that's the thing. But, yeah, she's from
Did I go
Boston.
too far? I thought this was a roast. Somebody told me this was a roast. Now, Fred, congratulations on the new series. It's called
Back to You.
Now, this is a big one. This is Kelsey Grammer.
Oh, good heavens. And
Yeah.
Patty Heaton.
Patty Heaton, sure.
America's Sweetheart.
That's right.
We have some wonderful actors, Ty Burrell and Josh Gad and Ida Field. And it's so much fun. The writing is so rich.
Yes,
and
witty.
Yeah,
Fun. Must be a lot of fun.
Rich.
September
Mark Twain was witty. This is rich.
September 19th at 8 p.m. Back to you. Fred Willard, always a pleasure,
Oh, thank
Fred.
you so much, David.
You were great. That's great. Thanks so much. We'll be right back with MIA.